right, so I have some things to organize and I figure I'll do it with you guys and we can talk about making this extra $200 to $500 a month reselling. So stick with me and yeah, let's go into the conversation. All right, so I have a bunch of things that I listed on eBay. This chaos that you see going on here, it's organized in my mind, but I'm gonna get it a little bit more organized outside of my mind and into all these storage bins, so that I can find it whenever we make a sale. And so I'm gonna be going back and forth doing things, so I hope you guys don't mind doing it this way. So yeah, reselling. My husband have been reselling on eBay for quite some time now. I would say 12 to 15 years. I still can't quite narrow it down. I guess I could go on eBay and find out, but yeah, for some time. So needless to say, we know what we're doing, or we think we know what we're doing, right? So $200 to $500 a month is more than possible. Guys, I don't know if I can talk and work. I thought I was gonna be able to talk and work, but I'm gonna do my best. Where to start? I would say start with what you currently have in your home. Perhaps things you can no longer wear because of whatever reason. You know, you got bigger, you got smaller, it's no longer your style. Things you can no longer wear. You could start there. If you go to thrift stores, you can start by thrifting some items. But I would say not to just start with any items, because we could sell anything, but it's not just about listing, it's about selling, right? And so you want to sell things that people actually want. So that's the first thing I would consider. What are you gonna sell? Did I mess up already trying to work and talk at the same time? Yeah, so what are you gonna sell? That's the first thing I would start with. You wanna sell things that people actually want. So everybody wants and need clothes, right? But they don't want just anything. A lot of people still want either brands or fabric. So a lot of people are into natural fibers, and so they really aren't so interested in the brand, but the quality of the fabric. And so I know for us, we do both. We have a set of customers that come to us for the brand and for the fabric. So we make it our aim as we're sourcing to find those things. So At this point, 15 years or so into reselling, we kind of know our customer base, and you will get there. And it doesn't take 15 years to get there. It's a reasonable amount of time. And that's another expectation I feel like should be set, that you're not going to make $200 to $500 overnight. Now, you might be the unicorn, so we didn't. We definitely make sales just about every day. And different seasons are, different. So sales go up and down like anything else. But you can make $200 to $500 even in a slow season. So the point is, sourcing is key, and selling, not just buying things, but selling things that people actually want, is a factor. So, as an example, these are Birkenstock slippers, sandals. And as you could see, the footbed is pretty dark. And you even see toe prints in these. Because of the brand, it doesn't matter. It mattered to a point, but because of the brand and the cost of it brand new, these will sell relatively quickly. So that's an example of brand, shopping or sourcing according to brand. And as long as, the outsole and the sandal isn't too beat up, it'll work just fine. Guys, I'm filming this and I don't have my mic. So I'm hoping the audio will come out clear. And I try to keep boxes. Guys, trust me, the place, all of this will work itself out. Maybe not by the end of the video, but it's organized at times better than other times. So what can $200 to $500 do for you per month? Depending on your situation, it could help take care of your needs like groceries, gas, bills, such as rent, mortgage. And what's nice is reselling is so flexible. You don't have to quit your job to do reselling. These days, I'm gonna say we put in about an hour per week, and that's just listing things. Sourcing, my husband is the one that sources mainly. He's the primary sourcer, and I just help him listing the items, organizing the items, and shipping the items. But he's the source, and he does an excellent job. Again, he's been doing this for 15 or so years. So he has niched it down to where he knows what he's doing. But that comes with practice. Perhaps you are already into fashion. Perhaps you know style, you know brands, you have an eye for that. So I think that that's a game changer. That's a plus. If you already lean that way, if you don't, research. I had to do a lot of research when I was sourcing, or when I do go out there and source. I'm able to also pick up items that sell because of doing research and watching tons of YouTube videos. So you can choose what you want to sell. For us, we do a lot of men clothing, men's shoes, dress clothing for men, suits. And in that category, brand is a thing and quality of the fabric is a thing. So we have really niched down. We do have some women clothing, but we don't sell a whole lot of women clothing. They take longer to sell for us. We know people that sell those things all day, every day, but for us, maybe we don't have, that thing. So I just want to give you a realistic overview of reselling. It is for sure a thing, and it could be very reliable. So I don't want to give you the impression that you can just list every now and then and you're making $200 to $500 per month. No, you actually have to put in the work, and that's the minimum. 200 minimum you will make per month. I don't even see, if you put the work in, why you wouldn't be able to make 200 per week minimum. And so for us, this is one source of income for us. And like I said, we sell things just about every day. We have bulk items. I mainly source bulk items. My husband, he's into the clothing, he's into the shoes. I have more of a knack for things outside of clothing and shoes. I can find the clothing and shoes, but I also have this thing where, for an example, I get these soap and I get them for dirt cheap and sell them. It's stuff like that. You can sell anything. And so reselling, I would say our primary platform is eBay. That's where everything goes initially. We sell on Poshmark, and we sell on Depop, and we sell on Facebook Marketplace. But as soon as inventory come in and we get them listed, we list them on Facebook first. On eBay first. And then as time permits, we go off. Poshmark is second for me, Depop, and Facebook Marketplace. And Facebook Marketplace really depends on what it is. So heavier, bulkier items, I list them for local pickup on eBay. and Facebook Marketplace. I thought this was going to be so easy to come on here and work and talk about this, but guys, it's like I'm putting inventory in my computer, like where these things are gonna go, and I'm like, wait a minute, did I put that right? So all the YouTubers out there that have done this while working, y'all make it look easy. You make it look easy. Okay. Yes, buddy. Okay, I'll come up and see it in a little bit. That's my little buddy. All right, so as far as the time that is spent, I mentioned earlier that currently I'm spending about an hour per week doing eBay, and currently we have about 278 280 listings, active listings on eBay, and an hour per week, I would say, isn't enough time to make $200 to $500 per month when you're first getting started. And we've been spending about an hour or so per week lately, but we typically put more time into eBay. It's just that over the past, since New Year's actually, yeah, I've just been in a funk and just, you know, not really putting the time in. But prior to that, especially in Q4, guys, Q4, you do your eBay thing and Q4 will reward you, right? So Q4, I'm spending about 10 hours a week doing eBay. So I would say we have a successful store, and I would say the most we ever spend as far as time wise on eBay is about 10 hours per week. And so I'm going into spring picking up my time. So instead of an hour per week, I'm doing about an hour per day. And that's per working day. And I would say maybe 4 days per week. Now my husband, that doesn't count how much time my husband is spending sourcing. So for him, I would say he spends about between 5 and 10 hours per week sourcing. So combine about 20 hours per week. And guys, when I say 20 hours per week, we're not slaving, you know, we're not rigid with the time. You know, we're playing with our grandson. We are, you know, doing other things. Sometimes, yeah, it's focus work, but it's not hard work. It's very simple. And so, because I'm the one listing, I'm the one doing all the photos, I'm doing the descriptions. My husband is primarily just sourcing. I tell him, set the standard for the items that he brings in. So I'm not spending hours cleaning anything. So when he sources, it has to be in a proper condition to where it can either be listed right away, or if I have to polish shoes, you know, it's just a quick polish. If I have to wash something, it's just a quick toss. So our items are practically new. Now, I showed you those Birkenstocks. We already know that we can pick those up. Those do not look new, only because of the footbed. And so we know that from experience. We've sold many Birkenstock sandals. And so you learn these things as you go. I for sure encourage you to consider reselling as an option. Yeah, it's a viable source of income. It's a reliable source of income. And so I would say a realistic time frame is, if you were to open your store today, which you do not need a store to sell on eBay. You can just open up a regular personal account. You do not need a store. If you started listing things that people actually want, you start listing items that will sell, I would say a realistic time frame to make your first purchase is about 3 to 4 weeks to make your first purchase. Now again, you could be the unicorn and your item sell the same day. I list items and they sell within an hour. I don't recall it being that way when we first got started though. Yeah, it happens often now, you know, within the first day, within the hour. But a realistic time frame when you're first getting started is 3 to 4 weeks to make your first sale, if you are selling items that people want. All right, guys, so I have this pile over here, bunch of shoes. We sell a lot of shoes, and so I'm gonna finish organizing these, put them away, and yeah, keep working on this working mess. If you are new to the channel, my name is Latoya. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for revisiting, and thank you for our new viewer. Thank you for stopping by. On this channel, we talk about so many different things. So my husband and I, we have our own company, plus he has a traditional job, and we are resellers. So currently we have 3 sources of income, and we're trying to make YouTube one of them. So subscribe and watch the videos to the end, because you guys can help us do that. But yeah, on this channel, we talk about those different sources of income. Um, just the name of the channel, Ebb and Flow. Our lives ebb and flow, and we try to live with that. We are, don't show you perfection, even though it's a challenge, because I like perfection, but it has worked against me over the years. So I've learned to embrace the imperfect and to be vulnerable. We talk about that too. We're a Christian family. We talk about that lifestyle as well. And we garden. We try to be self-sustaining as possible. And so, yeah, those are the things that you will see on this channel. I think a lot of people will be able to relate to our lifestyle. And you'll see hubby on here every now and then. But yeah, I would love for you to be a part of the journey. So please subscribe, like the video, and tap the notification button so that when I do upload, which I'll be doing daily uploads moving forward, you'll get your notification. So thank you for sticking with me to the end, and I'll see you on the next video.